we will start with the next topic that we missed yesterday, that is Citizens Charter. Okay, so when we discuss about good governance, this is part of good governance. At the same time, this can be asked as a separate question. In fact, it was asked also related to Citizens Charter. So what is this Citizens Charter? It is basically listing down the services which are provided by the organization. So there will be three components in this. So you will have to list down the vision, mission of the organization. Okay, so the long-term vision, mission, this has to be there. And then the services provided. So it has to be listed down, like what are the services provided, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. What all services are provided has to be listed down, and the cost of the service, okay, and also the quality, the standard of quality of the product, and or standard of quality of the service, and by what time you can provide the service. So the time, okay, so this has to be listed down. This is what Citizens Charter. Now there will be a grievance redressal mechanism also. Grievance redressal mechanism to take care of the issue. So basically, if you look into this, it is actually a document of commitment which is made by the organization towards the client or the citizen, right, or the consumers, with regard to services which has been provided by the particular organization. So this is a commitment which is made by the organization with respect to the services and the cost, the standard of quality, and also by what time you will get the service, whether it is a certificate or anything, by what time you can expect this. And then there will be a grievance redressal mechanism. So a typical Citizens Charter will have four parts. Okay, so this is one, this is two, this is a third one. So the first one will be related to the vision, mission statement of the organization, and which will give you the idea of the functions or the mission of the organization, right? Long-term goal or the objective of this particular organization, and the ways and means to attain this goal also you can understand through the vision and mission. So then there will be listing of all the services, cost, and all those things. Then the third part will be grievance redressal. Then at the same time, there will be expectation from the consumer also. What is the expectation from the consumer or the clients or the citizens when we discuss about government organization? The expectation is it include all the proper documentation, right? If you want to attain some services, or you need to provide all the certificate which shows and which proves the eligibility criteria, right? So proper documentation expected from the clients or the consumers or the citizens. So different documents and eligibility criteria, it has to be proved that the eligibility criteria has been met. Okay, so eligibility criteria will be different for different benefits. So based on the service that you are looking to avail, you have to prove that you satisfy the eligibility criteria through the proper documents. So if this has been provided from the client or the consumer side, then giving services with this quality which is already mentioned in this time is actually the job. Okay, so otherwise you can go for grievance redressal mechanism. Now what are the problems? This is a concept is very simple. Direct question can be asked. Now what is the problem? This looks very good, right? Whatever services has been provided, it has been listed out. So even if a common man who want to go to a village office, if it is listed out in the village office, what are the services which has been provided, directly he can go and he can avail it. He can expect the quality of service. He can expect that by what time you're looking for a certificate, income certificate or caste certificate or death certificate or birth certificate or whatever it is, you can expect by what time it will be given, right? So that idea will be there. So it is very good. It looks so good. Now what is the problems? What do you think are the problems here? Actually, even the people, they have not understood the concepts very clearly. Then the employees, actually the people who are sitting over there, they are not empowered, they are not sensitized, they are still in the traditional mindset. So the mindset has not yet been changed. Even though these things have been there, it has been introduced, it has been followed also. Sometimes it will be followed, somewhere it will not be followed, but the mindset of the people has not been changed. And the lack of awareness among the clients or the consumers or the citizens is another problem. Then, as I have discussed before in the context of social audit, quality of service means whatever services has been provided, you have to provide in detail what type of service, the detailed description of the service. So that itself will tell you the quality of service. And quality means it is subjective, but the details have to be given, right? So there is no proper definition for quality. It is very subjective. So the proper detailed description of the service, that's what you can understand here. And yeah, we discussed about social audit, and that at that time also I have told you one of the most important problem with respect to social audit. Even social audit is also considered good, right? It also provide awareness, it also empower the people, so it also have a lot of good things. It can tackle corruption. All those issues have been solved if you can go with social audit. But what was the main problem? There was no legal backing. So here also there is no legal backing, and this is optional. So that is the reason why this has not been implemented properly, or the issues in implementation of citizens charter. Okay, now that's what I'm saying, Gaurang. Quality of service, this is subjective, so you cannot measure. It is mainly the description of the service. Just now I have told you this, when Sharavanan asked, I have told you this is subjective. We cannot measure that. Okay, so what is the way forward? Now, what are the suggestions? The second ARC have suggested certain reforms based on the following principles. So they have suggested some principles or some suggestions or some recommendations given by second ARC. I'll give you directly. You can just write down the same thing. If the question is asked on Citizens Charter, you can mention about second ARC. So with respect to many topics in your ethics paper, there are recommendations from second ARC, whether it is civil servants, whether it is, we have discussed about that, whether it is good governance. Okay, in all these cases you can see corporate governance also. So it is always good if you can have one reading, at least the gist of, second ARC. It is expected, okay. Now see, in India what we follow mostly, one size fit all approach. And this is actually the problem. This is not only the problem here, this is actually a problem. This is something which you can write everywhere, right? Even any government programs also, this trickle down approach, that trickle down concept itself is basically one size fit all approach, right? But in India, when there is diversity, when there is regional disparity, when all these diversity and heterogeneity is there, the one size fit all approach will not be true. Right, so different organization should have different level in implementation, and they have different capacity. So based on that, it has to be planned. Okay, so one size fit approach should not be possible. Now some books will tell you that one size fit all approach is good because everywhere you can go for the same, you will get uniformity. So this debate is there, one size fit all approach, uniformity is there, but if you look from the organization's perspective, different organizations are providing different service. Okay, so even when we discuss about the planning and everything, in economic side, economic angle also, this one size fit all approach is not good, right? And that's the reason why when I have discussed about Amartya Sen, I have told you about bottom up approach rather than top to bottom approach. Top to bottom approach is the trickle down approach. You throw something to the top, it will come down. So you achieve growth, automatically development will happen. That is not necessarily possible. So that's exactly the same concept. So that is something which you can write here. And wider consultation with the stakeholders before the formulation of citizens charter. So wider consultation and proper grievance redressal. Now here in theory, when I have discussed about citizens charter, I have told you these are the 4 components. Okay, so even the 4th component is met in a proper way, that you have all the eligibility criteria which has been met, you are providing all the documents and everything, but still there are problems in achieving the services or getting the services. So what has to be done? The 3rd one has to be working properly. What is that? There should be a proper, robust grievance redressal. Okay, so there has to be a proper grievance redressal mechanism, and you should be always seeking the feedback from the people. So you can have a feedback box in the office, right? And you should get the feedback from the people, and based on that you can innovate and you can improve upon. Now, these are in general, you can write. Second ARC come up with some 7-step procedure. So this 7 steps, if you can remember, it is very easy only. It is basically connected to the organization and the structure of the organization. So there is nothing difficult in remembering this. So 7-step procedure for, this thing, for the effective implementation of Citizens Charter. So first of all, identify the different services and different clients. So obviously when you're talking about service delivery, you have to do with the services. What are the services? It has to be listed down properly. So in an organization, what are the services which has been given? So identify the different services and to whom it is given, right? So the different clients. So this is one thing. Second one, develop the capacity of the organization to meet all the services. So if you're listing out, let's say 10 services, then the first thing obviously you have to know is whether the organization have the capacity to serve this 10 services to the different clients. Even if the number is increasing, are you able to do that, right? So that is one thing. Develop the capacity of organization, okay, to meet the services or to meet the demand, whatever it is. Third one, perform to achieve. Okay, the performance should be better. The good standards has to be met. Fourth one, monitoring during the performance. Now, who will do this, etc., is again a big question. Okay, so monitoring the performance. Then evaluation of performance. So these are related to the performance. Continuous improvement in service delivery. So improvement in service delivery means what you can do is either you can reduce the cost, okay, or you can reduce the time, or you can increase the quality. All these are part of improvement in the service provided. Okay, and also propose the SEVOTTAM model. SEVOTTAM means it will be pronounced in different way by different people. This is Seva and this is Uttam. Seva means what? Service. Uttam means excellence. So provide the services in an excellent way. Okay, so it is okay. SEVOTTAM means it is nothing but achieving excellence in the public service delivery. So that's the SEVOTTAM model, and the SEVOTTAM model have 3 components. So 3 components of SEVOTTAM model. This also was asked before, the SEVOTTAM model. Okay, so the first component is Citizens Charter. Okay, so Citizens Charter is the first component that we have already discussed. What do you mean by Citizens Charter? That listing of the services, the time which is taken to provide that, the quality of service which is provided, the cost of the services, vision, mission, grievance redressal, and expectations from the client. So that is what Citizens Charter. And then grievance redressal, proper grievance redressal, and then excellence in service. So these are the 3 components of SEVOTTAM. So it is nothing but Seva Uttam, Uttam Seva, right? The excellence in public service delivery, achieving excellence in public service delivery through this model. How can you achieve excellence in public service delivery? First, make the people aware of what you're going to provide. For that, Citizens Charter. Second, in case if there is any grievances, it has to be solved. For that, there has to be a robust grievance redressal. And maintaining excellence in the services which is provided. That means the quality of services has to be good. The time taken should be less. The cost should be less. Okay, so these are the points that we need to discuss under this.